Hello, I'm your host, Emily Jordan, and welcome to the Spotlight on DACC. Our guest today is Dr. Manuel Rodriguez, but everyone calls him Manny. He's the new Dean of Math, Science, and Health Professions. Has a master's in chemistry from the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, and he just finished his doctoral degree in higher education administration with a focus on community college leadership from Northern Illinois University. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Good.
So what is your role here at DACC as the dean?
My role is mainly focused on making sure that faculty have the resources to teach their classes and also get paid.
Yep.
I make sure like the classrooms are set up, make sure that equipment is ready for them if they have any needs for their classes or their labs. So I'm the person who will help them get those things.
Nice. Like I said before, you're boss man, right?
Yeah,
You take care of everything, make sure everybody's in check. So where are you originally from? Are you from the Danville area? Are you from Champaign? Have you been around here before?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Puerto Rico. So
Okay.
a small island in the Caribbean. It's a U.S. territory. I moved here after I finished my bachelor's in chemistry back there. I've been doing some research about the size,
Okay.
the relative size of the island, and basically the island is slightly bigger than if you combine Vermilion County with Champaign, Fort, and Iroquois. All those four counties, they're just a little bit off.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit
Just
off.
a little bit. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
A piece of knowledge for everybody's day. So what grew your interest in math, sciences, and medical field? Was it something you were always interested in as a younger kid, or was it something you kind of developed in high school and college, or where did that really start?
I think that I have always been interested in science. Since I was little, I always wanted to understand my surroundings.
Mhm.
I have this curiosity to just know how
Yeah.
things work. I was the kid who wanted microscopes and the
Yeah.
experiments at home.
Yeah.
We also have a small creek in my backyard, so I
So
would
you
just
picked at the bugs and stuff too?
I did,
Yeah.
And take the water and examine it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was looking for,
Right.
but it
You were
felt
looking.
right.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was looking.
Yeah. No, I get it. I cannot say that I'm a huge fan of math nor science, but I appreciate the people who love it as much as you do, so that's great. So you were previously a chemistry instructor at Parkland, right?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Parkland is our rival. Just saying, but we'll accept you here. So what brought you to DACC as the dean?
So there's a few things that helped me or like motivated me to go through the transition. I was a professor for 13 years,
Okay.
and the good thing about community colleges is that regardless of what community college you're in, their focus is on student.
Yeah.
We want to make sure like we help the students, and to do that, you have to get to know them.
Right.
Working with the students, the more and more time I spend with them, the more I realize that some of the problems that they are facing are outside the classroom.
Yes.
So
For sure.
learning about all of that motivated me to actually go back to school, get my doctoral degree, just as a way to learn how I can find resources to help them actually be engaged in the program.
Right.
So after finalizing my degree, I saw the opening of DACC, and I know about DACC, so I live in San Joe for some time,
Okay.
and I know about DACC's commitment to students and help them succeed.
Right.
So this was a perfect opportunity for me to go back or go to a position where I can actually reach out
Right.
and increase access for students to science.
Right. And I think here in Danville, of course, we have a lot of local high schools surrounding us. So we have a lot of, high school kids who come out here right out of high school and aren't really sure what they're doing. They're 17, 18 years old and are like, I don't know what college is, or I don't know what I'm doing. So I think it's really important to have a community college who's very open to helping them and making sure they're going the right way, when they're that young and trying to figure everything out. So it's huge. Yeah. What do you think are going to be some differences from being an instructor for a long time? You said 13 years, right? To being a dean in this field. What do you think will be the biggest differences?
Less grading.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
I will not miss.
You're right.
I always joke about grading lab reports is very painful. You read the same report like 40, 80
All the
times.
time.
Yeah, because it's like everybody does the same experiments, so
Right.
they report the same thing.
Right. It's
and
not like it's an English paper or something crazy. Yeah.
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 So it's just like, yep,
Yep.
you did the same mistake that somebody else did.
Yep.
So I mean, I think very often when you're a professor, you want to do things, and you're always asking administration to help you get those things and so on. So sometimes you feel a little bit like in a box, like you can't get out and actually get some of the things done because your time is all focused on your students.
Right.
So as a dean, I will have the opportunity to be that bridge.
Yes.
So listen to faculty, learn about what they need, and actually spend the time to get those resources so they
Right.
can give better experiences to their students.
Right. And with your experience as a teacher, it really allows you to have the knowledge of, okay, I understand what the teacher's needs. I've been there before. I can assist them in this way because they need it. Like, I get it. So I think that's huge for you. You know, I mean, you've been there before, so that makes it a lot easier for the teachers, of course, to trust you and go through that process trying to figure things out.
Been
Right.
there, done that.
Yeah, yeah. Been there, done that. The grading you can keep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep that to yourself. So you've only been here for a month?
Yeah.
Month and a half?
Yeah.
Wow, look at me. I got that right. So within that short time that you've been here, what have you really grown to like about the campus and the community?
I would say the people,
Yeah.
the community, the connections that I have been building in a month and a half is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
In a good
think-
way, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
In a good
In
way.
a good way. Like I expect to spend the first month and so just in front of in front of the computer, just like learning to do things and putting numbers and names and so on a
Right.
computer, and that's not it. Like
Right.
at events like this, just talking to the community and
Yeah.
going out and meeting everybody outside and see how much people care about that and
Mhm.
how proud they are that we are here is
Right.
fantastic. It's a great experience.
Yeah. Well, and you said we talked before. You said that summertime was the perfect time to transition into this
Mhm.
because I'm sure if you were to come in August or September, it'd be like, hold the brakes. It'd be a lot.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So summer has been fantastic. I had the time to actually like talk to faculty and not only about work but about their lives and about
Right.
their goals. So it's allowing me to learn the process but not being too rushed that I'm just getting things done without understanding the background behind everything. So it's been a very, very good transition.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So, do you have any goals in mind with your first, within your first year of being the dean?
Yeah, so this is more like a personal goal, and I'm bringing that to here because I know everybody cares about student success. I'm always being interested in increasing access to STEM education. A lot of people don't think or don't see themselves as scientists,
Right.
and that comes from a lot of different things, whether they believe in science or they think that science is only for smart people.
Right.
All these misconceptions.
Right.
So I'm very interested in breaking those barriers so we can increase diversity because science is what drives the world, right?
Right.
And technology is the thing. Like all companies are increasing technology, so the jobs are moving to that also.
Right.
So I want to make sure everybody benefits from that.
Yeah.
So we have two projects that we are working on. The first one is we are working with an NSF grant from the University of Colorado, and what we are doing is we have a workforce where we are going to meet a few times a year, and we're going to explore different things that we can change to our curriculum and the way we deliver our courses so we can increase access.
Oh, wow.
The second one is working with some other faculty on creating another grant to increase technology in our classrooms. So increase flex technology so we can teach our classes in different areas. So we do this a lot at DACC, which is fantastic. We work very closely with high school and
Right.
with the Department of Corrections.
Right.
But sometimes students have to drive here, or we deliver online material, but we don't know if they have the resources to access that
Right. And that could be a huge barrier for them.
for
to learn.
everybody.
Yeah.
So we are trying to just like create a grant so everybody can benefit and improve their technology so
Yeah.
we can be more effective at that.
That's really awesome. I love to hear that. So this kind of leads into this question too. So I want you to tell me more about your research on the science identity development of low income students in science.
Yeah, so my dissertation is on understanding how low income and diverse students experience STEM
Mhm.
education at a community college. And so basically, what I did was I interviewed about 17 students, all of them low income in STEM, and sort of listen about their experiences and so on. And it was fascinating to like actually learn about how they see the world. I would say
Yeah.
some of the biggest takeaways from that research is or are that people are very unique, and often like we as faculty or professionals, we have been doing this for a long time, and
Mhm.
we think we know the consequences of our actions,
Yeah.
and sometimes
You have no idea.
no idea at all, at
Yeah.
all. So it's very important to just be open and just let the students just express what they know and how they feel,
Right.
so we can actually learn and just find new ways of
Right.
doing things.
Yeah. Make sure that we're understanding them, their needs, so they can continue to want to come back to school. Because
Yep.
that's obviously the most important thing. So we're gonna transition to something a little more fun. I hear that you're like a pro volleyball player, pretty much, right?
It's a stretch. I'm shy of 6 foot tall, so
Taller
so
than
we,
me.
So be a professional, I had to be shy to 7 feet.
Oh, I think you're better than that. You coached volleyball, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where did you previously coach? You don't coach anymore, right?
No, I retired
Okay.
after having my first kid, so I have 2 kids. So
Okay.
I decided that all my weekends should be focused on the kids and
Right.
not on traveling around the states to go to a volleyball tournament.
I get it.
So I played volleyball as a freshman in college.
Okay.
After that, as I said, I'm just shy of 6 foot tall, so I had to decide between becoming a chemist or becoming a professional volleyball
Hey,
player.
I mean, that was probably pretty close, right?
With my height, my salary as a professional volleyball player would be sort of bad.
Okay.
So I thought like, science might be a better,
Yeah.
more
Better
sustainable.
fit.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So, but yeah, so then I coached at Parkland for 3 years.
Okay.
Actually, one of the teams I coached got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Hey,
I know.
that's something you can put on like a resume or something. That's huge.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
I coached at St. Joe
Okay.
for a few years, and I coached at Central, Champaign Central, and
Okay.
I coached Primetime for about 9 years.
Okay. Nice. Well, I'm sure that was a lot of fun coaching
Yeah.
volleyball on all different levels and stuff. So we are. I'm sure you've heard this, but we are adding volleyball back into DACC athletics next fall, which is really fun. We had it before, kind of went away, and now we have it back. So are you looking forward to rooting on the Jaguars on the volleyball court next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, it's a secret, but I'm hoping that they will invite me to a practice so I can go and play with them.
Ooh, that would be fun. Maybe we should get that on video. That would be a lot of fun. You'd love that?
Yes. That would
Okay.
be awesome.
Well, we'll look forward to that. We'll put it on the schedule. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay. So one last thing, what are you most looking forward to about working here in Danville? I know we kind of touched on it, but like overall, you know, you're in a different community, a different neighborhood, a different campus. Like, what are you, just even outside of academics, what are you most looking forward to?
So, very honest, it's just becoming part of the community. I think something I really enjoy is going out to have lunch and see students just like working and telling me their stories about where they start and where they're going.
Right.
Just being part of the growth of everybody, especially the young people in the community. That's the part I'm more excited about, and
Yeah.
just learning about ways I can help them reach those goals.
Right. Because, I mean, like you said, as a professor, it's different, but now as a dean, you can kind of step back, really evaluate what needs to happen, listen to everybody full on. So that's pretty awesome. Just saying.
I can help them without giving them a grade.
Right. Yeah, so you don't burn bridges, right?
Yeah, it sounds fantastic.
You got an F on your paper, but yeah. All right, well, I appreciate you so much coming by. I'm glad you were able to swing by and talk with me for a few minutes. So, all right, Manny, thanks so much for joining us on Spotlight on DACC.